What's up everybody? So welcome to another video. This one is actually going to be about my pickup truck. So recently I had a cab mount actually snap off of the frame on me. The backstory on my truck is the body's mint, the frame is very badly rusted, and I've been sort of band-aid fixing it for years now, and this will just be another band-aid fix. I'm just going to try to weld it and yeah, put some new pieces of metal on and see if we can get it to hold the cab up, because it's kind of sagging in the left rear. I could tell the body wasn't lining up, and I laid under there and sure enough the cab mount snapped off. So I'll show you guys what that looks like and what I'm going to do to try to fabricate something, because you can't really buy a fix for this thing. You sort of just need to fabricate it. I really need to replace the frame on this truck because the frame's shot. It's sort of a lot of money, and it's less the money even than it is the effort. Frame swap is a huge job. It's like the whole car comes apart, whole car goes back together. Plenty of stuff can go wrong. Plenty of stuff's going to end up getting changed while we're in there, just because, you know, if it looks rusty or whatever, I'm going to end up changing it. So it's going to be a big job, probably a few grand, which, you know, should I spend it on this truck? It's like worth $2 grand. Probably not, but I like it. I've had the truck for like 6 years. I put my heart and soul into it, so I'll probably fix it no matter what and keep it forever. At least I'd like to. So if I can fix it, I'll try. Right now I'm just going to band-aid fix it again because I'm avoiding that inevitable frame thing, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it in. Oh yeah, it still sounds good at least. Yeah, so you probably see what I'm talking about right here. If you look on this side, the amount of space where the bed and the window is, you can see that. When you look on this side, that space is reduced. It might be harder to tell in person, but the cab is sagging on the left side. So I'll show you guys that once I get it pulled inside. So I got the truck pulled in, and I've been under here with a screwdriver just kind of stabbing at it just to try to see what's solid metal and what's not. So right here is what's still solid down here, and up here there's normally a gap here for the e-brake cables, but up top here, not sure if you can see that there, let me move the light, but up top there it's completely detached. Yeah, so right here is the body mount where the cab actually mounts to the frame on this little bracket here. There's a bolt and a bushing that goes up here so the vibrations don't go up through. But yeah, basically it snapped off the frame up there, and this little section down here, as well as this support brace here, is holding it in, this guy right there. So thanks to GM for designing that support brace, because that saved my cab from just smashing into my frame. But yeah, so I got a couple of things to worry about here. I have my e-brake cables, and most of this is very rusty. So the issue is I don't have much good stuff to weld to. So what I think I might do is weld a plate to the bottom of the frame and sort of try to get the angle right to curve up on this and cut a hole out for the bushing there, but sort of just cradle the whole mount all the way up and jack it up a little bit and then finish weld it in, so hopefully it holds the cab up like that. So that's the plan. We'll see. I got a piece of steel that I'm going to try to start cutting up. So I got my piece of steel here. It's like 1/4 inch or maybe 3/16 or something. I was like practicing welding on this thing, so all I got to do is grind a couple of these pieces off here right after I find an extension cord, and then I'm going to cut it to size hopefully. So this is the bracket here that I was able to come up with. Took a lot of smashing and banging, but yeah, I think it's going to work. This section down here is going to get welded to the bottom of the frame. Probably weld in this hole too. And then, you know, you saw it's going to come up and then it's going to meet the cab mount down here. And what I'm going to do is have the bushing on this side, and I'm going to sandwich this plate here, and I'm going to put this bolt through this hole that I made and try to bolt this up. And then once it's bolted to the cab, I have the cab jacked up right now so it's sitting level. Once that's bolted up, I'm going to try to take a hammer or take another jack or whatever and try to make this flat with the frame, weld that like crazy, you know, after this is good and tight. And then I'll do some other welds on the existing bracket on this side and the other side, and then I should be good to let the jack down. But right now I'm going to go under there and clean off the areas that I'm going to weld so that we have nice clean surfaces, so we get a nice clean weld. I'm going to have to get it pretty hot here. This is some thick stuff, and so is the frame, so we'll see. So I went to put my plate under here that I had made, and I found out that this bottom section of the frame here was actually so rusted that there were like holes in it. So I cut a piece of that sheet, or not sheet metal, but you know, thicker 3/16 steel, and I welded it up here, being careful because the gas tank's kind of right there. But I threw a weld on there. I'm not the best welder. They're not pretty, but they should be pretty strong. So I got a nice weld there, and now I'm going to go ahead and try to fit my bracket, bolt it in. Should give me a little bit more lift too, the way my bracket was set up. It was kind of loose there. So we'll see how it looks, see if I can bolt it up, get it nice and tight in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to weld that up. It's getting pretty late. Alright, so this is where I'm going to call it quits. I think it's okay. I think it should hold. We're welded in down here, and I got some welds over here and a couple of tacks on this side too, and I stuck the bolt for the body mount right through there. So yeah, that should be pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and lower the jack that I have that holds up the body right now, and we're going to see if it moves at all. Yeah, see if it holds its body line. Either way, this body mount is much more secure than it was, and so I don't have to worry about losing it, but I just hope that it doesn't sag. I guess we'll just have to see. So after lowering it down, it looks like it did sag a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't sag too much more. Realistically though, you can barely tell. These trucks always look kind of saggy to me from the factory, so we will see. Maybe I'll hit a couple of bumps and it'll drop down, but at least I know that bracket is pretty strong and it should hold. So yeah, we're looking pretty good there, so I'm going to go ahead and back it out. Should be good to go. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I think that this should get us through the winter, hopefully, as a little band-aid fix. And yeah, so stay tuned. But should be all set to drive this thing in the snow tomorrow.